There is a moment when the world seems to stop turning. A breath held between two gazes. A heartbeat that seems to carry the entire universe in its pulse. And in that stillness, without any announcement, the secret dance of love begins. It is not a dance learned in classrooms or choreographed for an audience. It is not merely the movement of bodies, but the merging of souls that recognize their eternity. A language without words, spoken through presence, through energy, through the invisible current that vibrates beyond form. This is what the ancient sages called Tantra. In today's modern world, blurred by hurry and distraction, its meaning has been distorted. Reduced to entertainment or a product disguised as spirituality, its radiance has been hidden in dust. Real Tantra is not a technique to excite, but a path to awaken. It seeks not only the meeting of bodies, but the alchemy of energies. It does not end at the instant of pleasure, but walks through that doorway into the expansion of consciousness. In its purest form, Pink Tantra is an altar where love, tenderness, and presence unite to transform intimacy into prayer. A kiss becomes a mantra, a caress becomes a sacred gesture, and every gaze a journey straight into the soul. Here we are not speaking of positions, but of presence, not of performance, but of surrender. The secret dance of love is not meant to be seen. It is meant to be felt from within, with eyes closed and hearts open. Modern neuroscience confirms what the ancients already knew. In conscious loving union, brainwaves synchronize, heart rhythms align, and oxytocin rises, engraving into our memory the certainty that we are not alone. Pink Tantra becomes a sacred laboratory of pure presence. Every shared inhale and exhale becomes a bridge joining two inner worlds. Yet, this is not about idealized romance. True Tantra invites us to step into the tender and vulnerable places, where echoes of the past shape our surrender. White Tantra brings light to hidden fears. Red Tantra awakens passion. Together, they transform and heal. The secret dance is not only the merging of two bodies, but the reconciliation of two histories, the weaving of two universes. It is a dialogue between sun and moon, between the receptive and the radiant, between the human and the divine within us all. When two beings meet in this state of awareness, time loses its grip. A kiss may last minutes or an embrace hours. What matters is not duration, but depth. The willingness to let the other truly see us, without masks, without armor. This is the first step of the dance, to see and to allow ourselves to be seen. In Tantra, the gaze is initiation. Not a glance, but a rite of passage, a meeting of souls. Studies show that sustained eye contact activates circuits of bonding and empathy. The ancients called it darshan, the sacred exchange of seeing and being seen. From the gaze, the dance moves into touch. Not hurried, not demanding, but reverent. The body is a temple, and each touch is a prayer. Gentle, conscious touch tells the nervous system, you are safe, you are loved, you are home. In that safety, the body heals. Defenses dissolve. Trust expands. Lovers become more than two individuals. They become a shared field, a luminous aura, a living resonance. A kiss feels eternal. An embrace feels like a lifetime. Intimacy becomes infinite. Tantra is not chasing ecstasy, but meeting truth. Sometimes truth comes as joy, sometimes as tears, sometimes as silence. All of it is sacred. In the mystic embrace, arms become gates into a temple. The same gesture can awaken desire or dissolve fear. The same gaze can ignite longing or heal wounds. Pleasure and healing weave together as one. Psychology affirms this mystery. Emotional safety rewires the brain. Love reshapes memory. Tenderness becomes medicine. The dance grows smaller yet deeper. Breath becomes slower yet wider. The outside world fades away. In this field, pleasure becomes prayer, energy becomes devotion, love becomes the ground of existence. Then comes the still point, the silence where everything stops. Even sensation pauses. And in that stillness, the truth is clear. I am not separate from you. We are not separate from life. This still point is Tantra's greatest gift. Unity is not something to achieve, but something already present. The dance is not about reaching an end, but about remembering what is eternal. And yet, the mystic embrace does not end when bodies part. What happens within sacred connection becomes fragrance that lingers. In Tantra, this is called carrying the fire. Energy flows into how you speak, how you listen, how you treat a stranger, how you honor yourself. This is why the mystic embrace is more than practice. It is training for the soul. In the embrace, we learn to hold without grasping, to receive without demanding, to give without depletion. These are skills not only for intimacy, but for life itself. Pink Tantra teaches that love is not finite, but an infinite wellspring. The more you give, the more it flows. Every smile, every word, every gesture becomes part of the great dance. To live this way requires courage. Courage to remain open after hurt. Courage to offer tenderness in a world that rewards hardness. Courage to recognize the divine in another, even when they cannot see it in themselves. The energy cultivated in union can be directed. It can heal, create, inspire, transform. Energy never disappears, it only changes form. So too with love. It does not vanish, it flows in new ways. The mystic embrace transforms how we see ourselves. To be seen without judgment, to be touched with reverence, to be met beyond roles reminds us, we are light, we are song. The body is not a cage, but a sacred vessel. In the end, the secret dance of love is not about techniques. It is about presence. Meeting another and yourself in the unrepeatable now. Each moment becomes a doorway to the infinite. When you live this way, you feel the mystic embrace everywhere. In sunlight on your skin, in the sound of rain, in the stillness after a storm. The universe itself becomes your partner in the dance. Every breath joins the rhythm. And so we return to the beginning. The breath between gazes, the heartbeat holding the universe. Always here, waiting for you to step into its music again. The mystic embrace is not a one-time experience. It is a way of living. A choice to see the sacred in the ordinary, to meet life as a lover, to let love stitch each moment to the next. Tantra is the bridge. Love is the fire. You are the temple. If these words stirred something in you, if you feel the dance awakening in your heart, stay with us, subscribe, and let us walk together on this path of sacred union. The dance is only beginning.